Hey guys, I'm back for part two. I'll just show you what I've done. I just used the stitches along here. Hang on a minute. I used that colour, and I decided to go with that colour rather than the brown. So I just did that colour along here, and then I blended it in. That sounds really good. Used this colour just to do a black back stitch along the ears here, and then the sort of the medium, I think medium colour to do, because it's a bit lighter, the hair and the ears. So you start off lighter and then you go a little bit darker, even though it's significant here, it's not that here. And then here I went a little bit dark. I didn't want to go too dark. I've done one eye, so I will show you how I do the other eye. I'd brought it in here, and I had my little iron sit on top of there, and it leaked, and it sort of like made it a little bit sort of smudgy, but it's given it a bit of a grungy look. You can sort of see a little bit of the leak. This is his tail. I just did the lighter of that around the outside, and then I went a little bit darker on the inside. So in this video I'll show you how to do the other eye, and then we're going to do the whiskers, and then probably the claws. And on here I just gave it a running stitch around here, because I don't really want to do anything. It's sort of quite nice how that is. So there you go, not that hard. And I sort of lighter, darker, and then lighter, darker, just a little bit here, just sort of to blend it in a bit. But I didn't want to have it too dark. And then I noticed I'm going to probably do some of this. There's a little bit of that darkness, like that's a patch, and then it goes dark all the way down to his nose. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of a darker, like that colour there as well. Okay, well, we'll start, and I sort of zoomed it in a little bit. Might zoom it in a tad more. Okay, I just don't want to get too close, because sometimes if I get too close I get out of camera and you can't see it. Got my coffee and we're in business. Okay, I mean, I love the way that the eye looks here, but it did need to have that brown in the middle, and that's what I was going to do. So what we need to do is we get this brown and we use this as a bit of a guideline. Actually, I might even just have a tiny bit of a there it is. I'll stitch over that. That gives me a guideline of where I know where to go. Now here's my thimble. Okay, so what we do is we start from, you need to stitch around. That's what we need to do. Now, doing black on black is really painful. So I'll just do on the top, and then I'll probably finish it off a little bit later. It's really hard to see, so I did on here, I did a bit of a back stitch. It's slightly a little bit wet, which is a little bit annoying, but I did. So you got to do a back stitch all the way around, but for the purposes of this tutorial I'm probably just going to do back stitch on the top. You won't be able to see whether I've done all of it or not. My poor old thumb has seen better days, I tell you. I got it, look, that's where my needle went up the nail, and then and all of you are probably going, oh, cringe. Yeah, sorry for sharing. Yeah, because normally you can just do a running stitch. If you want to do a running stitch, that's all right, but I thought I really wanted to have it you know, do a back stitch all the way around. Well, since I'm here anyway, I'll just quickly do a back stitch. It is so hard to see, so I don't even know whether I'm going back in the hole, but as long as it's holding it down. And you'll be doing the same with this type of thing in the nose. I'll just finish off just so I can get rid of the black and it's not in the way. Oop. Bit easier in here because I've got the two lights, so when I was doing this in the kitchen, that's why I spilt it on there, because I have my stuff out in the kitchen and I brought it in here and it leaked everywhere, which was not good. Okay, there we go. Yep, I think we did okay. Okay, just finish that off. And then I'll put a fair bit in there, and that will be used for the nose. So you do that same technique around the nose. So what I'll do is I'll pause it and I'll do around the nose, and then I'll show you how to do the rest of it. Okay, now we start here, and this is just going to be a like a satin stitch, so we want to keep that white bit so that we can do a couple of stitches along there like that. So we just go to there, two little stitches, generally about 3. Not too close. Okay. And then we do the same. Now we've got the thread, and this is why I gave myself this, so I knew exactly the width. Okay. Looks like my coffee's going all over the place. Oh, it's so wet. It really did wet it quite a bit. Okay, so this is just a satin stitch, and for some reason, as you can see here, the one eye is bigger than the other. It's just the way he's sitting and laying, I think. Now we're going to go all the way from there to here. Now, hoping I've got enough thread to get me through all the way, and then just using that white line as a guide. I think I need to do one more. I hope I'm in the camera here, guys. I'm sorry if I'm not. There we go. Go across. Okay. I'd have to get more thread, I think. So pretty much a satin stitch. So cute, and it goes on a bit of an angle. I was a bit worried that it would lose that cute factor when I started doing this, because I really did like the way that it looked, but you know, he needs the inner eye. So but yeah, okay, close as you can get it. I think I'm gonna need some more brown. Do anything like you don't want to redo it, so you stay the course. But I probably need it for, you know, 1 or 2 threads. There you go. Get in there. We might be able to make it, people. and going down. I reckon we may need one more stitch. Going down. Yep. So this is what happens when you get greedy. Actually, I reckon that probably might be enough, because I've got to do the white around there, and that'll give me enough. Give me enough of this. When you, here we go. Here's a good lesson on if you haven't got enough, just do a little loop. Quite tedious, but all this so you don't have to rethread. There we go. Now, put it that way. When we do the white, it'll go over it and I'll hold it down even more. So what we're going to do now is get the white, and we are going to start at the bottom there and just do a satin stitch across. About 3 of them, I think. Might require another one, but the first one was only 3, so there we go. Then we go up here and do, oh, that go right in. There we go. And then this is just a running stitch, go along the edge, which will highlight. And bring that little white splash back again, which is what I want. It looks so cute. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, back in there. And I think that's it. How cute is that? Definitely needs to be in that same hole. How cute is that? And I looked, I was looking at closer to the reference pictures of, you know, the that I used for this inspiration, and the whiskers are actually quite white because they're sort of clear, and so I'll probably end up doing it in the white. Okay, now same sort of thing for around the nose. You just go around it and then you stitch. You stitch on the, you know, like do stem stitch around there. Really quite like how it is turned out. It's rather cute. It still looks sad. Okay, now do I go around the nose? I might pause it, go around the nose, and you do the same thing as what we've done there. You go around the black, do stitch, and then those little lines that I had there sort of defines it a little bit. We're going to go along here like that. Sort of a glint in the nose, and then a couple of stitches there, and then a white there. So, and then the little mouth. I was actually thinking maybe doing some stitching here, because it was actually in the, it's a bit dark in here, so I think it actually needs a almost like some shading, so I might do that, making it a little bit darker in there, and then probably come in with a bit of darker colour, maybe the brown, because I think it needs darkening. And I was actually thinking we could probably do some more like hair on his paw, but I don't know. I want it to stand out as the paw. Okay, well, we've got the black. While I'm here, I'm going to do the paw. So we've got big paw here, which we've done, and then we're just going to do a stem stitch. So you come out, you go over, and then you just go next to where you started. So it's going a few layers. Oh goodness! I think because it's gotten wet, it's made it really difficult. Come on, we can do it. Don't want to break my needle, which very well may happen. I think I know why. I've gone through. I went too close, and it's actually going through the knot. The joys. Okay. What I'll do is pause it, and I'll be back. I'm just got to cut the knot. That's what happens when you go through the knot. Okay, back again, a little bit closer. Got rid of the knot. Okay, now we're just going to, we're back at next to the opening, and then we're going to go back in the hole. Then it's only the first one that goes next to it on the top. Then we're going to go back into the hole. Okay, and I'm going to put it a little bit over the front, and that's why I did it in black. I was going to do it in brown, but I thought I'd do it a little bit over in the front. That way, paw's coming out. So rather than going re-threading, I'm just going to start and do the stem stitch going this way. Okay, go next to it, and then into the hole. Okay. That definitely makes it look like a paw, and it needs that third one. Oh, good grief. That's why I got this. This is like that little rubber little piece, and then once you finish off, you go in that last hole, and then start again on that one. Won't take long, so I'll just do that while I'm here. Now, it's these little touches that bring this little guy to life. Make it look like this is a paw rather than just something sitting there. Okay. And then the last one, we're going to go over the edge a little bit. Okay. And down. That's the paw. Okay, knock that off. What I might do now is I'll show you how I did the whiskers. I'm just going to get the needles ready. So what I did with the whiskers, and it is a little bit on the trickier side, so now I might draw them so they're coming from here, probably going to go out to about there, this one. And I'm doing it with pencil because I don't, I'm going to be doing it in the white now. Now we can probably have one going across, I think would be good. And maybe the other one, and then that one as well. So we just need a little bit of a point of reference. So really thin line thing. Okay, I'll use this. Fine thread. Okay. Now, because curves are quite hard, so we start off like we're just going to come in a little bit of it because I want to do a tiny French knot with one strand of that so that it highlights the little black hole. Okay, so here is where we want to be, which is around about, I'll probably say about there. So you bring that there and you leave that. Then you grab another thread with another needle. Just use a fine needle for these ones. Hopefully, am I in camera? Yes, I am. Good, good, good. We really want to show you how you do this. And I think the fox I did black, but I think they do have darker. They have darker things. So here we go. Now this is a little bit tricky. It's couching, which isn't hard, but it's just tricky because it's so jolly small. So now we want it to curve. Okay, because that's what you can do it, but you can have a straight line. So what we're going to do is we're going to go next to it as close as we can with this, and then do a little stitch to hold it down, and we'll do the same. Come up a bit further. That's going to hold that down, and we want this to curve. Okay. Because if they're straight, they look a little boring. And it seems extreme, but it is worth it, because whiskers are not straight, they're round. And when I did the fox, I was like, how the heck am I going to get curved whiskers? And this is what I come up with. So I mean, it isn't hard, just a little bit tedious, and make sure you keep curling it, turning it so that it's curved and not straight. Okay, and when we get to the end, We're probably going to do a couple of stitches just to make sure that's held down. But remember, it's still got the thread. Okay, so that's the one that holds it down. This is where it's, and then this is the one that's here. So what we're going to do is, okay, we'll come in from about here and find ourselves that part there. Go in and see that gets held underneath here, and then you've got that other piece. It does seem very tedious, but it's worth it. Okay, so we come in on the top and hold that down, and the reason why you use this other thread, got to remember it's still loose on this other end, which is what you want because you need to be able to push that curve. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, it's a bit tricky for me because my hands are forward. Okay. When I turn off the camera, I'll be able to do it a little bit better. Try and have it as close to the strand as possible, because your aim is you don't really want to see these little slip stitches. Still give it a bit of a curve. As you can see, I'm not going super close, but close enough to hold it down. And then when you get into there, just give it a maybe a double stitch, or one might be alright, but that's been held down. Okay, so this is the stitching thread. Change over and use the other thread. Where are we? Here we go. Now I might go in, oh, used the wrong end here. I'll go in on this one and I'll show you how we are doing one where you just sort of cross over a couple, yeah, like that. So maybe coming out here, so it's not just, so you're doing a bit of a curve like that, and we're crossing over, because that's how whiskers go, and we'll do it on a bit of an angle. So you can see it's a little straight at the moment. Okay, let's just show you on that this last one. Okay, that's why you don't mind that this is not, you want it to be fairly loose. Okay. Held down. Hopefully you guys can see this enough for you to have a bit of an idea. And yes, it's a little bit tedious, but it makes it more lifelike, if you know what I mean. Okay. It only crossed over it a little bit, so okay. Make it pulled a bit tighter, and we're coming in here, keeping it still curved all the way down to the edge. There. So after this, I will turn it off and continue on off camera. Usually like to do it a couple of times, but pretty good. Okay, so this is the stitching thread. Grab the one underneath, and we're gonna maybe go here, I'm thinking, about the middle there, and choose this one, just a little bit before, and that sort of goes across it as well. See? Can you see what I'm trying to do there? And we only do 7, and these ones will probably actually I might have it going there. It needs to fill that space up a little bit more. Okay, well, what you do with the black, we're just gonna, once we finish there, we'll do a little French knot. So I'll turn it off and finish those. I'll pause it anyway. Okay, we are back. This is what all I've just done 7, and I've come back in with a very fine thread, and then you find the dots. We're just going to go, you come in, you don't go, make sure you don't go through the same hole. So just one loop, tiny little French knot. Okay, now that other one was started here. You've got to find where they start. Ooh, there. And that's going to highlight where they started. Yep. And then there. Geez, it's pretty little. But we don't want it too big, because they aren't really big stitches. You know, they're only just the little holes where the hair's starting to come out, so that's why it only gets one dot. Okay. And so you repeat this same process. And there's another dot here for the other side, and I think not too close. There we go. Yeah, having it in the white, and because it's a long, you can sort of see it along the cheek. I'll bring it up closer when I've done this last one. I think it's 7. 1, 2. This little one here just seems to be quite small. Must have gone right under. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 7. I mean, you can do as little or as much as you like, as I always say. And it's always the little things like this that make the difference. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple of knots because it's so fine. There we go. And how I finished off the 2 threads, when I had 2 threads in the end, I think it's here, it is here, I just grabbed the 2 threads and I ended up knotting it. Okay, I really like how that looks. Hopefully I can bring it up closer without it going all wobbly on me, and you can see how that looks. I think it's really cute. Okay, now, so yep, do the same on the other side. And what else are we going to do? I'm going to do a little bit of a, I'm going to get that brown, and I might just do a bit of a, like a shading in that spot there. Probably a bit big, but which is my favourite. Okay, because we want it to be a little darker, because it's got let's start here. Okay, just want a bit of darkness in it. So just a bit of satin stitch on a bit of an angle to create some darkness. It's more shading than anything. And we're sticking fairly close to the edge, just to give it a right. Don't know why this is important, but it is. Just give it a bit of character. Okay. And a bit of an angle. I might go down here and extenuate the fact that this is the arm that goes down, like I've done with the stitching. There we go. May end up going back. Over, filling some of the gaps. here. Make it a bit thicker here. Sorry, a bit quiet. Busy concentrating. There we go. Look, no. Might go along here and then go back down through that hole. There we go. Up here. And through that hole. Now, I think doing that, it really extends the arm a bit to make it look like it is more of an arm, which is what I want, and I want him to be leaning on his arm. I may even go back, since I've got some of this brown, I'll go back down through, and I'm going to put some of this brown in the tail because I want it to look like a tail. At the moment it just looks like balls of fluff, which sort of is how it is. Okay, we'll do some darker little pieces here. I'll go in with the darker colours down here. Which is what I want. You know, stripy tail and all. That's what makes the what makes it look like a raccoon is, you know, that little stripy tail they have, and I can't really do that here, so this is the best I can do at this point. Right, sort of circle that around there. Whew. Got the hair up pretty high and it is hot. Okay. Now I'm going to do one more thing. All depends what time we've got. Turn the heater down. Getting warm. What time have we got? 43. Yes, it's quite. The time's gone pretty fast. Okay. Oh, that's probably a bit of too big of a stitch there. What I want to do is, this has got stitching on here, and I sort of want to connect it to here somehow. So, and then I'll continue with some stitches in there. I might do that in a darker colour. Okay, you'll see it in the thumbnail, the finished thing anyway. So I'll just do it really fine, a bit finer and finer as you get to there. Sort of. And 33, and then one last one on there like that. Okay, so I think by the time you do that on the other side and we stitch around the black like that, like this, those two lines need to be in the white like what we've done here, back stitch and a stem stitch there, and then on here you're going to use this colour which matches this, and so I'll just do fine little bits along there. I think he's really cute, and what I might do is I might fill in, actually while I'm here, I think I will fill in the mouth, do that while I'm here and have the thread, because I think the mouth needs to be filled in. It just sort of doesn't look quite right. I know this is a bit of a longer video, but I really do want to give you instruction on how to get the best little raccoon you can possibly get. Okay, I'll finish this off a little bit later. Now what we're going to do with the mouth is just fill it in. It's sort of a bit like a back stitch, but also a satin stitch. Fill it in a little bit. Okay. That looks better. There we go, and then I think I've got one more stitch in here. Maybe two. I might even have a little stitch in here. Didn't quite take. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Oh, okay. It's filled in and he's got a proper mouth. Okay guys, well, I will finish this off, and you'll see it in the thumbnail, and you'll see it in the next video. I'm going to be doing the tag, and I'll bring it out and show you the completed piece, but you will see the picture in the thumbnail. But that's pretty much all you need to do to get it done. So the same thing on the other side, you know, yeah, pretty much done. Finish off here a little bit, and I think we are done. I really love how he's turned out. He's so cute. And then with this sort of like same color as here, tiny little stitches just like we've done here, small, to give him a little bit of life. Okay guys, isn't he adorable? Look how cute he is. I just love how he's turned out. He's still kept that little sadness. I was a bit worried when I did the brown that it would you would lose that little cute sadness in his face, but he stayed pretty good, I think. Okay guys, yeah, that's better. I think it's better filling in his mouth like that. I will catch you in the next video of the tag. Thanks for watching, and yeah, sorry that it's such a long video, but you know, art takes time, as I always say. Thanks for watching.